Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Glam Up. I'm going to be doing a product review on the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Now, I've done 2 other videos about the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. One of them is an experimental video on how long the foundation lasts when I first started to use it. And then the second video was an update on how I thought about the foundation so far. But I haven't done a full product review on it. And what I mean by a full product review, it's going to be talking about the texture, the shade selections, the application, the lasting power, and my general thoughts and would I recommend this and would I buy it again. So I haven't done that sort of review. So I am specifically going to be reviewing the Fit Me foundation, the liquid foundation. I also have it in the pressed powder format, but I am not going to be reviewing the pressed powder format because there's really nothing special to talk about. Mainly people would want to know what I think about this foundation right here, the liquid foundation, but not the pressed powder. So if you do want me to do a review on the pressed powder, you can comment down below and I will do one if you request it. But I feel like a lot of people would want to know the liquid foundation more than the pressed powder. If you're wondering what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing the Fit Me foundation. I am in the shade 120. Right there. I'm gonna list down in my blog on what I'm wearing and also on my Facebook page. So if you're wondering what am I wearing today as far as my lips, my eyes, my face, then you can go check that on my blog. I'll link the blog URL down below as well. So let's get started. Now the foundation is priced at $7 depending on where you go. I got mine at Walmart, and if you go to London Drugs or say Shoppers, you may get a different price range because that all depends on what the retail store is going to price their foundation at. But the minimum that they have to price it at is at $6. And when I say $7, it's because of tax. So this foundation right here cost me $7 Canadian, as well as the pressed powder. It also cost me $7 Canadian. Let's move on to the texture and the shade range and everything, and then I'll give you my general thought about this foundation. So for texture, it is very smooth and it is very, very silky. I am just going to read on the back of what it claims to do. So it claims to match your natural skin tone. It will blend seamlessly into your skin, and it will also let your skin breathe. Now I really do feel like they completed all of that what it claims to do. So it does let your skin breathe, and then it also says that it blends seamlessly. Yes, it does. It is one of those foundations that you can just use your fingers and just blend it and it's gonna leave you no streak marks at all. I do have it here for the texture that it does give you very minimal streak marks. It depends on what kind of application tools you use, and I'll get to that a little bit later when I talk about application. You won't feel like it's very heavy on your skin, and that's what this foundation is really all about. It's supposed to fit your skin. It's not supposed to change the way your skin looks or anything like that. It's just supposed to cover up very minimal marks, so it does not have a very full coverage. I would say that this is a light to medium coverage. You do have to build it up quite a bit to get a medium coverage. Right now I am wearing about 2 layers of this foundation. Ooh, I almost dropped that. Yes, right now I am wearing 2 layers of this foundation, and I do feel like it is a medium coverage. You can build it up a little bit more. I do have acne scarrings and stuff like that. I used my Maybelline Mineral Power Concealer to cover that up. So I don't think you can really see my scarrings right now, but this will not cover my scars whatsoever. Okay, so moving on to the shade range. Now they do categorize in 3 different shade range: light, medium, and dark, which they also do for their other foundation. But the one difference to this foundation and their other mineral or dream foundation that Maybelline has is that they have a number coding to it. So this one is 120, there is 110, there is 300 or something like that. I don't remember exactly what number they have, but they have this number coding that the other Maybelline foundation don't have. No matter what you pick out, if it's a liquid foundation or pressed powder, so say you got the liquid foundation first, so the numbering is 120, so you go and pick out your pressed powder in 120 as well. So you pick out whatever your corresponding number is to your other products, like your foundation or your pressed powder or your concealer. Now for concealer wise, I do think that they only have 2 number codings to them, and for my shade range, this is in the light category. It is either 10 or 15. So I am not quite sure how that works. But as far as from liquid foundation to pressed powder wise, is the numbering code right here that you have to follow to the corresponding shade, and you'll have a good match to your pressed powder, to your foundation. So that's with the numbering system there, to clarify that. I believe that they have around 6 different shades in each category range. I'm not quite sure exactly how much, but it's around 6 to 7, so it is a good range in each different category. So you will be able to find whatever shade you are in the Fit Me store. So I do have one disadvantage to the shade range, is that all the foundation, no matter if you're in the light range or in the dark range, all of their foundation do have an orange tone to it. So you do have to be careful when you're picking out your foundation. You do have to take your time, and you do want to do swatches, and make sure you're in the sunlight, not in artificial light, to test out whichever one is best for your skin tone. So this one right here, I feel like it has a minimal amount of orange. It is very annoying to me, especially for Asian skin type. We don't have too much of an orange tint to our skin. We have more a yellow tint to our skin. So it's very annoying when Maybelline mix all their foundation with too much orange tone in it. So that's one disadvantage I have to say. You can use a brush or fingers to apply your foundation. I prefer to use my fingers. I've tried both. And the reason why I prefer using my fingers is that it leaves very minimal streak marks, and it blends very easily. And I can feel how many layers I put on and how thick the foundation is getting when I'm building up my layers. And that's one thing that you can't do with a brush. With a brush, it does make a few streak marks here and there, and it takes just a little bit more time to blend. And that's something that I don't like about this, is that it does make streak marks when you're using a brush. I do prefer to use my fingers with this foundation. So this is one of those foundation that is specially formulated to use your fingertips to blend it into your skin to achieve the best results. And I can tell you off the bat that not all foundation that you can use with your fingertips to blend. I've used other foundation very earlier when I started using makeup. I use my fingers. I don't have any brushes when I start using makeup. So I use my fingers, and it took me so long to blend in the foundation because that foundation was not really meant to use your fingers for it. Yes, you could use your fingers for any type of foundation you want. It's just the end result that doesn't really look good. So I can tell you off the bat that this is one of those foundations that really does work best with your fingers. So for lasting power, I did do a video on that, like I said in my introduction. I will link that down below so you can go check that out and see. But I can tell you that the lasting power really depends on each person's skin type. So if you're an oily skin, you're probably not going to have the best lasting power. So you may want to really pack on like your pressed powder. I do have combo skin. I'm usually more of a combo to oily, but right now it's winter and spring, so I tend to get a little dry, so I am like a combo and dry. For me, the lasting power of this foundation can go up to 6 hours, which it did for my last video. But I have sort of figured a way to make my foundation last a lot longer. So one of the tricks to make it last a lot longer is to actually use a puff instead of a brush or whatever you use. This one is by Lioeli. It came with my Lioeli loose powder. I forgot what the name is, but I just use this, and what I do is just run it over and pat it on here, and then just lightly pat it like around my nose, my forehead, and stuff like that. And this is gonna last a lot longer than using a brush. So for my general thought, this foundation is one of those foundations that you need to give it some time to grow on you. I didn't really like it when I first started using it because of how weak the coverage and how weak the lasting power for me is, because I'm used to using full coverage foundation and using very long lasting foundation. When you start using a little bit more and more, you will start to appreciate how fast it is to blend into your skin, and that's one of the reasons why I keep going back to this foundation, and I actually use it every single day right now. But you do have to be careful for those who have oily skin or combo to oily skin, that this foundation is not oil free, and so if you use it every single day, you may get breakout from this. I really don't have anything to say about this foundation. The weak point about this foundation is probably the coverage and the lasting power. Would I buy this again? Yes, but only in the winter. I will only use this in the winter where my skin is a little bit more dry. But as far as summer, I wouldn't even touch this foundation because of how it gives such a dewy look. Who would I suggest this to? People who may have dry to normal skin, combo to dry skin, which I have right now. Someone that wants light coverage, like I said, and someone that doesn't want a total matte out foundation. So this is pretty much my review on the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. So I hope this was somewhat helpful to you all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all soon. So you can also go to my blog to check out more product reviews and stuff like that, and also what I have on my face today. That is www.letsglamup.blogspot.com. You can also go to my Facebook page, which I'll link down below. So please comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!